Hey, all you metal mixers. It's your old pal Gen X. How you guys doing on this Sunday evening? Yeah, it's not Tuesday. I decided to cut a video today because tomorrow I'm going to be traveling back to Arizona for just a short time. And I wanted to just cover a couple of things of note before I go back. I had an awesome time. I got to spend time with my family. I got to see some of my friends. I got to talk more to my friends. And I got to really sit back and know what the direction of this channel is going to go. It's going to go in a whole different place like I want it to. These intimate conversations we will still have, but it's going to be totally different. I'm excited for my future. I'm excited for everything. And I'm excited for everything involved. So stay tuned. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I went to some of my favorite haunts for the last time until I come back in a couple of months just to visit. So I had a great time, like I said. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, first order of business. Did you guys check out the red carpet for the Oscars? Anybody? I know that a lot of people don't watch it anymore, and I haven't watched it in probably 6-7 years. I didn't recognize half of the actors or half of the nominees. You know, it's stuff that I used to watch. I used to really be into it. But I got away from that side of myself for a while. I think Hollywood has definitely changed. I just don't care for the direction that Hollywood has gone in. Yeah, I talk to people off camera about that situation, right? And I will not say here, but it's kind of sad that the direction of Hollywood is really taken, and no, it's not for me anymore. I used to really want to be a documentary filmmaker, which I still do, but not in that sense. That's probably the best part of watching the Oscars is the documentary segments. But like I said, I haven't watched it in so long, so I'm kind of out of touch, and that's okay, because you know what? Jen's foray into metal is much, much bigger and brighter than what the Oscars have to offer. I'm not up for any acting. I'm not up for Best Director. Well, if I did anything, I would want to be a director. But like I said, with everything that comes to light, I'm glad I never got into that. So I'm happy just being me. Ha ha. So without further ado, if you do watch the Oscars, drop it down in the comments. Let me know. What did you see? Did you see anything different than any other year? Anyways, so there are a couple of tours that are coming up that Gen X has never seen these bands. I've never seen Deicide. Never seen Halloween. What was the other band? Oh, a surprise band that I cannot mention right now, but they are going to be out on tour very, very soon. I am going to check out 6 Feet Under, but that's further down in the summer. Who else? There's a couple other bands that I have in mind, but the one I can't say right now. In a couple weeks I will. I'll reveal that band. But they're going to be starting their tour or going out on tour. And no, it's not Sabaton and Wings of Steel. That comes during the fall, and Iron Maiden, so I got to start saving my money for that. So, without further ado, let's get into today's topic. I'm going to cover a couple of books that I'm reading. Yes, I love autobiographies by the heavy metal artists that we all know and love. I could read I haven't done it in a long time, but I used to read about 6 or 7 books at a time. Mark every place. I remember everything. It comes easy, you know. I love reading. I've always loved to read. Anybody that knows me knows that I've been into books for a very, very, very long time in my life. My dad loves to read. I love to read. I probably do good on game shows. I always love reading game shows and knocking out those questions. Maybe I should. They'd be surprised when I walked on the stage. They wouldn't expect it, you know. So the first book, these 2 books are available on Amazon. That's where I got them. The first one is A Fabulous Disaster by Gary Holt. Now, I haven't touched my fingers in this book yet. I haven't turned a page, but it's his autobiography from his time in Exodus, in his first bands, and in Slayer. Now, I got to see Gary Holt One time with Exodus and twice with Slayer. I got to see Exodus. Now, the first time I saw Exodus was opening for King Diamond, and Gary was preparing to rehearse with Slayer before they kicked off their last world tour in Chicago, and I was at that show. I got to sit in the sound check. Yours truly did. Yep, I got to see a sound check with Slayer. You have to pay for those extras. And it was a $250 one, believe it or not. They probably went up by now. That's the first time Slayer has ever done that, believe it or not. And I had a good time. They were cool guys. Didn't really get to do a meet and greet, but it was cool just to see them, do a sound check. For $250, I better. But this is his autobiography, guys. Check it out. It's on Amazon. Like I said, it's got photos. It's it looks like an interesting read. It came out last year. I didn't get it until roughly this year, maybe late last year. So I'm going to definitely be looking into this book in the next couple of days. So check it out. A Fabulous Disaster by Gary Holt. I absolutely love Gary. Like I said, I got to see him with Exodus. And I got to that was on that Battle of the Bays tour with Obituary. World Demise. My next book, now this one's been out for a while. It's probably 2024. Maybe you've read it already. Maybe you haven't. And that book is Brothers by Alex Van Halen. Excellent book so far. He talks about Eddie in the early days of Van Halen, their life over in Holland, how their mother and father were, how his father was a musical genius. These two, definitely musicians. Their struggles with alcohol, with drugs. I'm into the part, I'm not completely done with this book. I'm getting to where Alex is talking about the first time he met David. Now, he wasn't called David Lee Roth. He was called David Roth at the time. Yeah, David Lee Roth is actually from Bloomington, Indiana. He's from my home state. He's a fellow Hoosier. But yeah, this is an excellent book. If you haven't read it, please do. It's not a very long book either. It's about 200 pages. It's not a very long read. I am also going to be covering Geddy Lee's autobiography. I have that one. That one's thick. That one's like over 300 pages. Boy, he has a lot to say. Yeah, it's interesting as heck because I love Geddy Lee. I'm starting to really get into Rush. I've never been a big Rush fan. I do know the different albums, but to tell you what songs come off of which record, oh no. I have to get with my Rush fans with that one. Maybe I'll do an episode on Rush in the near future. That would be interesting. And I'll bring on maybe a Rush fan that, will give me a different perspective of the different eras of Rush. The 70s Rush, the 80s Rush, the 90s Rush, and the 2000s. That would be actually kind of neat, But I'm new to the Rush game. My brother was a Rush fan. Same with my uncle. I have older people that were totally into Rush, but I'm reading that Geddy Lee autobiography as well. I just finished the Ozzy one not that long ago. I said that was an excellent read. He gives kudos to Jakey Lee, which Jake definitely well deserved. I love Jakey Lee. I wish he would do an autobiography. That would be actually pretty neat. But those are the books that I've been currently reading. And like I said, I have other ones, that are in my archives that I'll be reading and covering. I have Biff Biffords, too, from Saxon. I didn't really start that one, and I have Paul Di'Anno's, too. And I started reading Paul Di'Anno's, but I have to go back to that one. I'll let you know. I'll do a future episode on those books at a later date and time. That's all I got for today, guys. I wanted to cover just something that is a little bit about me that maybe you didn't know. I love to read these books. Oh, absolutely. They hold my attention. Now, I do like to read other kinds of books. Don't get me wrong. I love true crime. Absolutely love true crime. Well, you can tell by some of the videos I've made. The paranormal, UFOs, different things. It runs the gambit. It really doesn't stick to those categories. But if something catches my eye, I usually like to read it. I kind of stay away from the political books because Remember, Gen X doesn't get into politics or religion on this channel, and I will stick to my guns with that. Causes too many problems, and we have enough problems in the world as it is now. So I think I'm going to end this video, okay? If you happen to like my video, please give it a thumbs up, right? Push that notification bell. Share it with anybody who you think might like my wild and crazy content, and subscribe to my channel. Notice I don't have all my rings on. It's getting kind of late. Sometimes they're a pain in the butt. I'd like to thank my YouTube subscribers. All 126 of you. It's growing a little bit. Good thing. Thank you guys. I'd like to thank my Facebookers, my Instagrammers, not Instagrams. On your Instagram, like Steel Panther said. And my threaders for chiming in. Thank you. Keeping it real. Last but certainly not least, my TikTok around the clock crew, my rock and rollers. I love you guys. Making the comments. I've been getting back to you. What are my favorite record labels? Metal Blade, Frontier, and Napalm. Somebody asked me that, and I chimed back in. And somebody went to S&J Records and was showing me what they got. Cool beans, man. Chains hanging. I do respond back to your comments. It might take me a little bit, but I do. Or sometimes I see them right away and I'll respond accordingly. So thank you guys. I love you guys. So let's end this. Always look good. Always do good. Always do your best. Be your best. Whatever you do in life. Because what? Gen X loves you. That's why. 2, don't be a ranky rank skanky skank. That is meaning you need to smell good. Stand on your own twos. Haters to the back of the line. And to the one that made a TikTok comment that was laughing. Dude, I looked at your profile. You don't got any videos that are worth merit. Just saying. I'm hating a little bit. I get some rude comments sometimes, but that one was worth notating. Sometimes I think they're fake too. Might be AI. Who knows? Let's see. What else? Oh, save the drama for your mama and stay out of people's beeswax. Let people live their lives. Thank you. That's a PSA. 3 chains hanging. Until Tuesday's video, guys, have all the best. Be safe out there. The weather's getting kind of bad, and I'm ending this video. All the best. I'll see you on St. Patrick's Day. Cheers.